Now we need to think very carefully. What is, as a layperson, as an ordinary person, what can we do? As an ordinary layperson, what can we do to improve our situation? There are many ways as a layperson, as an ordinary person, to improve our situation. And one of the ways, just one, is serving the three jewels. Serving the Buddha, serving the Dharma, and serving the Sangha. In Malaysia, Dharma is relatively, the Dharma that came over originally from China is about temples, it's about throwing the joss stick, it's about fortune, it's about luck, it's about offering incense, but it's not very contemplative. It's not about transforming the mind. It's more about asking a divine being, example Kuan Yin, to change our situation for us or to give us some luck. That's all right, but that's the very tail end of Buddhist practice. That's the very, very tail end. The real Buddhist practice is not going to a temple and asking divine beings to change our luck, to change our situation. Real Buddhist practice is to learn the method on how to change the situation ourselves. Ourselves. That's very important. So, serving the three jewels is a wonderful and powerful method to change the situation in our life, change negative situations, and transform our mind. Serving the Buddha can be on an ordinary basis. Making offerings to the three jewels, keeping the area of the three jewels very clean, and within the tantric tradition, the three jewels include one's Llama. To make sure one's Lama's needs are taken care of, to make sure one's Lama's necessities and what the Lama needs to spread the Dharma, to practice Dharma, and to do the Dharma is taken care of. What does that mean? All things that are not related to the Dharma, the Lama is taken care of. So the Lama doesn't need to focus his time on things that will distract him away from his Dharma work, Dharma practice, and Dharma focus. The minute you don't do your job well and you take the focus away and you ask your Lama to do it, then you're not serving the three jewels. Why? You're not actually serving the person, you're facilitating the person to do Dharma work. So if you always not serve your Lama, you always don't take care of your Lama in the correct way, you are not facilitating or serving the Buddha. Why is that? Only through the Lamas, through the teachers, can the Buddha's message be passed to many beings, to many people. So if you don't take care of the Lama, you don't serve the Lama, how will the Lama serve the Buddha, or how will you serve the Buddha? You cannot serve the Buddha directly, but you can serve the Buddha by taking care of the Lama. So if one is always engaged in business, one is only interested in business, and one uses business as an excuse not to take care of one's Lama, then you're not serving the three jewels. And I'll tell you why. If you're always engaged in chatter and fun and idle gossip, and you're always engaged in entertainment, and you can't make time to go and do things for the Lama, direct and indirect, you're not serving the three jewels. You're not serving the Buddha. La sopa means etc. Similarly, when you receive the Dharma, when you receive the Dharma teachings, when you receive the Dharma path, when you receive Dharma instruction, and the Lama is so kind to even confer oral transmission or initiations on you, the best way to serve the Lama is actually to practice and gain attainments and to transform one's mind. So if one actually practices the Dharma, one is serving the Dharma. When one practices the Dharma, one's speech changes. When one practices the Dharma, one's body actions changes. When one practices the Dharma, then one's mental attitude changes. So one's body, speech, and mind. Speech and body dependent on the mind. The mind changes, the speech and the body changes. One becomes someone who is very beneficial for others. If you're not beneficial for others, you stop creating harm. By not doing your responsibilities and always saying, I'm sorry, you're creating harm. Why? Your sorry has no power. Your sorry has no meaning, has no essence. Nothing. It's empty. It's just, I'm sorry. So when one serves the Dharma, how? When one listens to the Dharma teachings, holds your commitments, and transforms the mind, you serve the Dharma. How do you serve the Dharma? Because when you practice and you transform, you become one more person in the world who stops bringing harm to others. When you're one more person that stops bringing harm to others, you have served the Dharma. Simultaneously, when other people see your example, when other people see how you've changed and how you've transformed, they will want to ask you, why? How did you change? Why are you different now? Please teach me. And then when you teach them the Dharma, they practice. And the Dharma is being served because it's spreading. How do we spread the Dharma? By speaking well? No. How do we spread the Dharma? By having great knowledge? That helps. How do we spread the Dharma? By practicing? It helps. The actual way to spread the Dharma and to serve the Dharma is we ourselves change. If we're very greedy people, if we only think about business, we don't put ourselves in Dharma, we only think about money, we only talk about money, we always use that money, and we transform and we go into Dharma. We are spreading the Dharma. Some people talk about the Dharma. They say their motivation is Dharma. They bring no one to the Dharma. They help no one to the Dharma. They influence no one to the Dharma. They can't even influence themselves. They just talk. But unfortunately for them, karma will catch up. Their own karma will catch up. Then, if we talk about the Dharma, even if we know a lot of things about the Dharma, but our action and behavior doesn't match what we say, we also don't spread the Dharma. So a lot of people put a lot of effort into looking beautiful, having a big car, talking a lot to explain themselves, make sure people understand them. A lot of people put effort into wearing good jewelry and perfume and changing their hairstyles. Why? They want people to accept them. They want people to like them. They want some attraction point. Those attraction points are very temporary. They last just for a short time. They go off very fast. But if we actually practice the Dharma, just recently, Ganchen Rinpoche told us in Bangkok, we met him, how beautiful a person is on the outside, how beautiful they are, is meaningless. Why? The beauty on the outside can only attract people for a short time. But the beauty on the inside will keep the person. And the beauty on the inside can be developed by from Dharma. And on top of that, however beautiful we are on the outside, it will fade. It will disappear. In the beginning, when we wear beautiful clothes, it's us that carry the clothes out and make the clothes beautiful. In the middle, the clothes hides our faults. And in the end, the clothes just covers a walking corpse. But the same piece of cloth. But if we're very beautiful on the inside, people will not look at the outside. They'll look on the inside. So if we spend all our time developing the outside and nothing on the inside, those are people who, when they become older, they become very bitter, they become very unhappy, they become scared, they become sad, they lose ground, they lose security. Why? Because everything they depended on, all their energy they put into is gone. Does that mean we don't clean ourselves, we don't dress up, we don't groom? Of course not. The point is that is not the focus. That is not the focus. So therefore, how do we serve the Dharma? We serve the Dharma by practicing. And when we practice, not simply sit there and do tso, or recite mantras, or make offerings, have nice altars, go on pilgrimage. That's practicing the Dharma, yes. Practice means practice. Practice means you are engaging in achieving something. Practice. You can't be practicing forever. You can't be practicing going to the Olympics for the rest of your life. You got to get to the Olympics. So when you're doing spiritual practice, you need to get to the spiritual Olympics. And what is that? Attainments. You need to win your gold medal. You can't for your whole life saying, oh, I'm new, I'm practicing, I'm trying. That's not going to help your karma. It's not going to help. So how do you serve the Dharma? You serve the Dharma by gaining a transformation in your mind. When you transform and people see that, you will spread the Dharma because they will ask you, how come, huh? How come you're like that? Why is this person like that? And they're very impressed. And then you speak to them a little bit more, they'll be more impressed. So how much we can bring Dharma to others and share Dharma with others is dependent on your own attainments and practice. So if you run around spreading gossip to people, oh, this Lama's bad, this tradition's bad, this deity's bad, this one's bad, yellow hat's bad, black hat's bad, purple hat's bad, everybody's bad except your lineage, the striped hat is wonderful. If you only say like that, you might get a few people in the beginning, but they'll run away eventually. Why? Don't bother to say negative things about people. I'll tell you why. They will find out the truth. People are inquisitive and intelligent. They're not cows. So my philosophy is always don't say negative things about people. Don't scare people away from other lineages and practices. Why? They'll lose respect for you in the end. Why would they lose respect for you? Because they will learn the truth. And the truth is what? Acceptance. Equanimity. That is the truth. To accept other religions. To accept other people. To accept other cultures. To accept other forms of Buddhism. To accept other lamas, other practices, other traditions. To accept. When we accept this, that is the truth. Which is the true practice? We can fight about it for the rest of our lives. We can. We go to this Lama, we listen, blah, 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 blah. Oh, that sounds pretty good. You run here, then you go to the Lama, blah, blah, blah. Oh, that sounds good. Blah, blah, blah. Run here, run there, run. Everything sounds really good. In the end, we have too much food on our plate. We can't eat, indigestion. So you think about it. So everything is the truth. Why? Because they lead to the same. So therefore, what's more important is when people say negative things, that is not, you listening doesn't serve the Dharma. Why? Why does you listening doesn't serve the Dharma? Because it destroys your faith and confidence in the Dharma. How can one tradition, one Lama, one center, one practice depend on the destruction of others? How can they grow in dependence on the destruction of others? Cannot. That's not Buddhism. That's just people trying to get more people to their centers by using fear. Cannot. Cannot. These days when we meet lamas and we meet teachers, question them. Ask them questions. Not question like, question them. Ask, is it like that? To get knowledge, to understand. Don't simply listen and believe. When other students, other traditions talk and they gossip, they say this and this, question them, ask them with respect and nice to learn and research and check. Maybe they are misguided and you can help them. Not everybody's evil. With compassion. Debate with compassion. Ask questions with compassion. Argue, inverted commas, with compassion. Challenge, inverted commas, with compassion. Not to crush the other person. No. How can you do that to crush the other person? Your whole purpose of practicing Dharma is for the sake of all sentient beings. Doesn't make sense. Cannot. So in our center, I don't know about other people. I'm not concerned about them. I can't control the world. But in our center, we respect other religions, then we serve the Dharma. We respect other forms of Buddhism, and then we serve the Dharma. Why? The more other religions grow, the more Dharma grows, the more people will find hope and find love and find acceptance and find a path to open their spiritual development. When people's spiritual development opens, their anger, hatred, and loneliness become less. When their anger, hatred, and loneliness becomes less, then love, acceptance, and care grows in its place. When that grows, isn't that the Dharma? Isn't that what we want it to grow? That's what I want to grow. So therefore, acceptance is the first step. Acceptance. Very important. So we cannot criticize, we cannot say. If other people want to say it, if we can handle it, we talk with them. We cannot handle it, we say, oh, excuse me, I've got an appointment. That's what we do for Dharma talk, what? When Dharma talk goes beyond 11 o'clock, we tell the guru and the friends, I've got an appointment. 11 p.m., yeah, I've got an appointment. I've got a job, I'm busy. I've got to meet someone. I've got to meet my dog. I'm very busy. So we're very good at that, right? We always tell people if it's a certain time, I have an appointment, I'm busy, I can't make it. We're very good. So when these people gossip and talk, whether it's online, whether it's in person, whatever, you tell them, I have an appointment. Isn't that a good line? I have an appointment. Oh, did you hear about that Llama? I have an appointment. Did you hear that all Llamas are wonderful? Oh, appointment canceled. Tell me more. Wonderful. Did you know that sect is very bad? Oh, I have an appointment. Do you know that all sects are very good? You pick what you want. We be Dharma brother and sister. Oh, my appointment postponed. Postponed, that'd be wonderful. So when they want to gossip and talk about negative things, remember, you have an appointment. Isn't that a trick we use for Dharma? We can't make it to Tso, we can't make it to teachings, we can't make it to meditation, we can't make it to puja because I have an appointment. Some more Malaysians are very good. They had their mudras. Appointment. In case you're deaf. Isn't that wonderful? Malaysians are always like that. And some of them are very smart. They're very honest. They say, I have an appointment. They're very hungry because, stomach more important than Dharma, of course. Or some people really, they have an appointment. Their knees cannot say, I have an appointment. Oh, I have an appointment. So when we respect other religions, when we respect other forms of Buddhism, we respect other teachers and centers. Respect doesn't mean we run there and say, oh, we join you, we respect. You do your own thing. When you do your own sect and your own practice well, that's very respecting. Why? How does doing your own practice well respect them? Because you gain attainments. You prove to people it has power. It has power. So that's how you serve the Dharma. You serve the Dharma by respecting everything. Why? On another level, people look at it and say, oh, he's a Buddhist, huh? Oh, he thinks like that, huh? Wow. Then you make people respect. So another Muslim person, there's beautiful Muslim people. I have Muslim friends here, beautiful. They say, oh, Buddhists think like that, huh? Then they don't become Buddhists, but they respect. And then when they respect Buddhism, you respect Islam, everybody gets along very nicely. That's respecting the Dharma. That's serving the Dharma. Why? You set a good example. You don't tell other people how to do it. You tell yourself and you do it. When you tell yourself and you do it, it will be very powerful. Very, very powerful. More powerful than just talking. Very powerful. That's how we serve the Dharma. So serving the Dharma is spreading the Dharma. Spreading the Dharma is what? Spreading Dharma doesn't mean Buddhist Dharma alone. Spreading Dharma means correct conduct. It means any form that makes beings happy. Any spiritual vehicle that makes beings happy is spreading the Dharma. And that's very important. We need to know that as a member of Kichara House. As a member of Kichara House, we need to not criticize and we need to accept. We don't need to be involved, but we need to not be involved from respect and understanding and wisdom. The minute someone opens their mouth about criticizing another tradition, whatever, ask them, are you a monk? Have you taken any vows? What retreats have you done? What have you given up? What have you renounced? Oh, you mean you live in a big house? You got 40 big cars? You got 4 mistresses? And, oh, I see, you have a big fat bank account? And you're criticizing me about my practice? And I'm supposed to listen to you because you're rich and you're fabulous? No. In fact, they are destroying the Dharma because they show the opposite of Dharma practice. Cannot. So, my point is, serve the Dharma. How? What do you think serving the Dharma is? You become a maid for Buddha's books? The Dharma Center has a library. You become the maid, you clean, you move it around, you dust it, you wipe it, you rearrange it, so you're serving the Dharma? No. That's not serving Dharma, that's a housekeeper. How do you serve the Dharma? Is by being an example of what you believe in. When you're an example of what you believe in, you are serving the Dharma. When you're an example of compassion and kindness, like Mother Teresa, you are serving Jesus Christ. You are serving Jesus Christ. When you run around putting other religions down and say, oh, I'm Christian, and that's the only way, and blah, 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 on and on, you're not serving Jesus Christ. You're making Jesus Christ wear a dark pair of sunglasses and hide because he's ashamed of you. Not really. He's a Buddha, he cannot be ashamed, but he's an example. So the next time you see Shakyamuni, do you want him to look at you with dark sunglasses or directly? You think. If you transform your mind, if you practice and you become a Buddha yourself, he looks at you directly. If you talk Dharma, you don't practice, and you're sneaky, then every time Buddha sees you, got dark sunglasses. Still looking at you, but sunglasses. Why? Ashamed. So some of us can go on the forums and call yourself sunglasses. Or we coin a new phrase. People who don't practice Dharma, pretend they are, we call them sunglasses. Now you know the meaning. I'm sure some evil people go on the forum and start writing that all out. Guess what Rinpoche said this time? And they'll take that out from my Dharma talk and say, this guy never teaches Dharma. All he talks about is weird things like sunglasses. Now it's okay. So if we want to serve the Dharma, that's how we serve.